Antenna tuners are used to match the output impedance of the radio to that of the antenna. Most modern radios have built-in automatic antenna tuners, but the range to which these built-in antenna tuners work is often limited, and if there is a high VSWR voltage standing by ratio, you may need an external antenna tuner with a higher tuning range. Modern radios have a protective mechanism by which the power output is cut down automatically to reduce damage when the VSWR is high. External antenna tuners are useful when there is no internal antenna tuner or when some types of antennas like G5RV or NFET inverted L multiband antennas are being deployed. Most of the hams use an external antenna tuner directly before the radio as it is quite convenient and can be kept indoors. But an important drawback of an antenna tuner near the radio is that even though the VSWR between the radio and the tuner is low, that between the antenna tuner and the antenna can be high. This becomes quite significant when there is a long feed line, more so at higher bands when the feed line VSWR is high. An often quoted example is that a 20-meter feed line which gives a 0.6 dB loss at 7 MHz can cause 11.6 dB loss at 28 MHz. But the loss on 21 MHz, which is an odd harmonic of 7 MHz, may be only 1.6 dB. An obvious solution is to have a remote antenna tuner near the antenna so that it can lower the VSWR in the feed line between the antenna tuner and the antenna. But the drawback is that you have to have it high up near the antenna, which would mean that it has to be weatherproof and obviously much costlier. An additional power line needs to go all the way up to the antenna. There are sophisticated remote antenna tuners with digital controllers to be kept in the shack. You may find remote antenna tuners being mentioned on the QRZ.com page of many hams. But the high power versions may cost almost like your radio, while the external antenna tuners to be kept in the radio shack will be cheaper.